All right, welcome to CS Academy. We're going to do CS 1.1.2 position and size. So, basically what we're going to do, I'll just preview one of these exercises for you. At the end of this, you'll be able to place basic rectangles onto onto the canvas. This is the canvas over here. This is your editor. This is where you're actually going to be placing things, and here we go. So let's start with 1.1.2 position and size. So our first program. To start, let's draw a rectangle. Press the green button to run this Python code. So they got this code here, rectangle, RECT, and then in parentheses 10, 20, 30, 40. And if you hit this green button, this is what that program does. All right. It draws a very small rectangle up here in the corner. All right. Just to tell you right now, rectangles are squares. Squares are rectangles. So if you want to draw a square, you don't put up here square. All right. If you do that, it'll give you an error because square is not an actual thing. Everything is a rectangle. RECT. If you want a square, what you need to do is have these last two numbers be the same. So I'll make this 30 and 30. And that means it's going to be 30 wide, 30 deep. And now you have a basic square, just so you know. All right, so anyway, you just ran a Python program. Now let's edit the program, which I just did. In the code below, change some of the numbers and run the code a few times. See how the rectangle changes. If the code stops working, no problem. Just hit the reset button, start over again. So once again, they give you this, and it's exactly what I just did, but let's have a little bit more fun with it. So 10, 20, I'll tell you what those mean in a minute, but 30, this one is how wide it is. The third number is how wide it is. And 40 is how tall it is. Okay. So the third number is the x-axis. The fourth number is the y-axis. So if I make this 30, 300, it should be really crazy wide. Well, look at that. Perfect. Okay. If I make this 40, 140, it should go down probably to about here. There it is. Sweet. All right. So the bigger the third number is, the wider it is. The bigger the fourth number is, the taller it is. Okay. So the canvas. To understand what's going on, first we have to talk about the canvas. In this course, all drawing is done on a canvas. This is the canvas. The canvas is made up of tiny colored points or pixels. We use XY coordinates to talk about pixels on the canvas, like so. 0, 0 is the top left corner of the canvas, not the middle. All right. So in math class, you probably have so up and down, left and right, and then you have the sections of the graph. You got the upper right, bottom left, upper left. Well, here we're actually using kind of the bottom right. But it's kind of funny because if you go down in the bottom right, you're going to the negative numbers, but we're actually doing positive numbers. So it is a little bit funky that way, but hopefully it's something that you can get over pretty quick. So here we go. What they want you to do here for checkpoint 1 is click near 200, 200. Okay. So Y is up and down. Y starts at 0 and ends at 400. Okay. So 0, 100, 200, 300, 400. Okay. X goes left to right. Left is 0, right is 400. So once again, X 0, 100, 200, 300, 400. So you need to use your imagination here that there are actual lines on here. Eventually you can actually put them on, but you need to find 200, 200. All right. This is your X. This is your Y. X of 200 is on this line somewhere. Y of 200 is on this line somewhere. Where they intersect is where you want to click. So that's going to be right in the middle. Next one, 200, 400. X is 200, so it's going to be on this line here. Y is 400, so it's going to be way down here. So we're going to go right about here. Step 3, Click near 0, 400. 0 is on the left-hand side. 400 is all the way at the bottom. So click. And the last one, 200 and 0. 200 is right in the middle. 0 is at the top. Click. Good job. Yay. All right, let's draw some rectangles here. Very exciting. Very exciting. Okay, let's get to the details here. Here is the Python code from above. Rectangle 10, 20, 30, 40. We use RECT to draw a rectangle. We provide 4 values after that. Left, top. This is left. This is top. Width and height. All right, told you that. Width and height. So the above code draws a rectangle with its top corner, with its left top corner at 1020, with a width of 30 and a height of 40. Okay, so if we come back up here, let's reset this. 10, 20. These are pixels, all right? So 10 pixels in from the left. That's right here. 20 pixels down from the top. That's right here. So your top left-hand corner is at 1020. So the top left-hand corner of your rectangle is the first 2 numbers. Then how wide it is from here to here is 30 pixels, and how tall it is from here to here is 40 pixels. Okay, so come down here. Where's the right bottom corner of the rectangle? So we have, it starts at 1020. The right bottom corner of the rectangle is, so it starts at 10, add 30 to 10. What do you get? You get 40. Okay, remember that number. And then you got, it also starts at 20 for the y, but it also goes down 40. So 20 plus 40 is 60. So this right bottom corner is going to be 40, comma, 60. 40, comma, 60. All right, checkpoint 2. Which rectangle has a bottom, right bottom corner at 100, 150? Okay, well, let's just take this 100. We know if the first and the third number equals up to 100, then that's good. So 70 plus 150, definitely not. What is that, 200 something, 220? 70 plus 80, no, that's 150. 70 plus 30, hey, there's 100. We already got it. All right. 70 plus 100, obviously not. So obviously it's going to be the third one here, but let's check this out. Also has to end on 150, so 90 plus 60 is 150. Like that. Good. All right, checkpoint 3. Step 1 of 4. Click the rectangle with its center at 150, 200. Okay, remember, 200 is right here. 150, 200 on the X is this way, so you want to be a little bit to the left, and obviously that's going to be this guy. All right, click the rectangle with its right bottom at 200, 400. So we know it's going to be sitting on the bottom, so it's going to be one of these two, and then it's going to be pretty much close to the center, so that guy. Click on the rectangle with its right top at 250 and 100. All right, 250 is a little bit past halfway, okay, and 100 is right here. So the right top, beautiful. And the last one, click on the rectangle with its left bottom at 0, 300. Well, 0 we know is all the way on the left. There's only one all the way on the left. But anyway, left bottom, that's this, and that is about 300 pixels down. There it is. All right, the auto grader. An important part of this course is the auto grader. It tells you when you have successfully completed an exercise. So we have here a rectangle. This is under solution. This is what we want it to look like. Okay, this is what the right answer looks like. We need to make our code, let me reset it here. We need to make our code look exactly like this. Okay, the rectangle in the solution canvas is centered at 100, 100, but the rectangle drawn by the code in the editor is centered at 200, 200. So yeah, fix the editor code so it matches solution. Start coding. Once again, this solution, this is what we got. Obviously, they are different. They're the same exact size or the correct size, but they're starting in the wrong spot. Now, if you remember, the first 2 numbers need to be the upper left-hand corner. These 2 numbers here are 50 and 50. if I make this 50 and 50, I should be good. So take that away. Take that away. Run it. Now the solution looks exactly like the canvas. I'm going to check it. This is the auto grader portion. I'm going to check it. If it's right, it's going to say, congratulations, you earned a star. Everyone likes stars. Okay. Now, if it was wrong, let's change this back to 150. If it was wrong, it would come up red and say, not quite. Your left should not be 150. And when we get to the really complicated ones, you could have a lot of errors. Don't be intimidated by that. Sometimes when you have a lot of errors, you really need to only change one thing and everything kind of falls into place. So just kind of roll with the punches. Anyway, let's fix this. Run, check, beautiful. Go back to the notes. Okay. All right, here we go. Checkpoint 5 and 6. Errors. Python is very picky. Very picky. Like you have the wrong thing capitalized and it'll yell at you. So here are some rules to follow. Case matters, like I said, capitalization. So rect, R-E-C-T with capital R is not the same as rect, R-E-C-T with a lowercase r. A command must have the right number of values after it. For a rectangle, that's left, top, width, and height. That's 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 4 numbers. Well, at least now you need 4 numbers. Eventually you won't. But 4 numbers after the word rect. These values are called arguments. Here are some rules about arguments. They must be in the right order. They must be in the right order. Okay? They must be inside parentheses. You'll get used to that really quick. And they must be separated by commas. Commas will kick your butt early on in this. If any of these rules are not followed, you will have an error and your code will not run correctly until you fix the error. So let's take a look at checkpoints 5 and 6. Checkpoint 5, the rectangle in the editor has an error. Figure it out. If I run it, oh no, terrible. Now you can come over here and kind of figure it out on your own, or you can come over here. It tells you what's wrong. All right. So name R-E-C-T. It's not defined. Did you mean capital R-E-C-T? Oh yeah, I did. Come back here, make this capital. All right. Run it. Gorgeous. Check it. Back to no. All right. Number 6. Oh, I gotta reset this. All right, just like the previous checkpoint, you're going to have an error. So if I run it, perhaps you forgot a comma. Don't forget those commas. Got one here, here, and here. Separating each number, okay? You have to separate each thing that you put on here. All right, eventually, we're going to have different colors. That's got to be separated by a comma. We're going to have something called a gradient. That's got to be separated by a comma. We're going to have opacity. That's got to be separated by a comma. Every time you add something onto this line, it has to be separated by a comma. So run it. It's beautiful. Check it. Done. All right. And with that, that is the end of 1.1.2. Hit back to lessons. You should be able to tackle these at this point. If not, I'll make a video to at least do, see, we need 3 points. I'll do a video to get 3 points. So, all right. Good luck. And, yeah, good luck.